Back to from Malta to Paris in 1983, and in Malta, having a handicapped child. Can you all hear me at the back?
Yes, I can hear you.
Having a handicapped child was rather a sign of either your parents or grandparents having sinned. So, expecting to find everything here in Paris in place, I didn't find the sins, but I did find a desert for the specialized education of special needs children. A few isolated therapists were struggling with overload. A grouping of professionals was definitely needed, and so from the pizza and wine meetings on the floor at my home 35 years ago, we see that Sprint has flown to the rooftops today.
It was very good pizza.
That's thanks to this going. We all know that the first step in any challenging adventure is the hardest. And thanks to the other three founder members who are here, Jane, Caroline, and Jackie, we did a tremendous amount of footwork before we were able to open any doors for the child with special needs. Mother Teresa told me when I was in Calcutta, how she started work. She said, I always looked at the individual. And Sprint has always done that. We have always kept that maxim in mind. Representing Sprint, I went to ECIS workshop in Switzerland, and we were thus made known to Europe and to the United States, where I visited the State Department of Washington and the Eric Clearinghouse in Maryland. So the pond was crossed. And recently, the British Community Committee in France has welcomed us into their fold. Vital worldwide networking has been done and is still being done. Sprint got a letter from Hong Kong just 2 days ago. What is there available for the special needs child? Comes our first individual in 1985, Gordon. He was brought back from Switzerland. He had to leave due to the lack of facilities here, with his mother and classroom teacher to show how a special needs class could be managed. 13 international schools were given the choice to help us. None of them accepted except Marymount, because they were afraid that their reputation would become the schools for fools. Here, a very special thanks to Carolyn Comfort, our first treasurer, who put together the financial project which convinced the board members to accept it, and one of who actually said, how can we not do it? Thanks to Sprint's first efforts, special education has now become a part of Parisian schooling. Our next individual was a 6-year-old Lebanese boy whose family had to leave Beirut because of the war. They had searched for 6 months for school. He became our first individual learning center pupil. 5 more children filled it up immediately. ILC, the Individual Learning Center, became the ILC I Love Children class. And by no means the last individual, but the first in the Anglophone system, Paddy, a child with Down syndrome. He joined the KG class at Marymount, and others have followed suit. How has Sprint helped the community? Firstly, it has offered the possibility of professionals to work here and not to stagnate professionally as trading spouses. Second, thanks to our open door conferences and in-service workshops, we have offered an awareness to teachers, educators, and the wider international community of the situation here, which, although not ideal, has improved. And thirdly, through creating SPAN, Sprint's Parent Action Network, which evolved over the years into Kijam with Valerie Beetson, and nowadays with Equipe, with Erin Reesers, we created a vital parents support group. We donated monies to both Marymount and ASP for their materials, the testing materials, when they were starting up. Kijam received an upright piano from Sprint. And one Christmas, instead of putting food into our mouths at the Christmas party, we went to see Howard Button's Buffo in aid of his clinic for autistic adults. And recently, together with Equipe, we have also created a mini-bursary for families in need of financial aid. Each family is considered individually. happy to hear. Like a raindrop dropping into a puddle, Sprint's ripples have spread wider and wider. Each, I am sure, will continue to do so. Thank you all for your support, your faith.
Oh, let's just think a little bit about how many kids have been helped since those early days. Huh? How many?
Hundreds.
Hundreds of kids. And I just want to add I want to add a little personal thing. all of you here, that's your life, is helping kids with difficulties, kids with special needs. But Sprint actually helped me as a person. Jane, here, through Sprint, 1994, four. I arrived in Paris, knowing no one, etc. So a special needs teacher from England, working as teaching English as a foreign language, etc. I heard through the grapevine, Jane heard through the grapevine, the British School of Paris needed a special needs teacher. Okay. Miraculously, I got the job. There was only one person in Paris to get that job, so okay. I got the job, and that developed, and all of a sudden, eventually we had a special needs department at the British School of Paris, and it's still thriving, it's still going really well, etc., etc.
Thanks to Michelle.
Yeah, okay, yeah. And
the junior school. Yeah.
And the junior school, there we are, yeah, over there. So the whole point about it is that actually it changed my life completely, absolutely completely. Through that job, I had a job. I also had a flat for nothing, living at the British School of Paris, looking at the Seine, etc. like that. Okay.
Didn't know that.
And every week.
Nobody gave me a flat.
No, exactly. All right. But every week I used to come down to Sprint. I was the token male. I was the only one. Okay. But it gave me a huge amount of professional support, as it has done for everybody here. And it's just been so special. So I just wanted to say a personal thank you to Sprint, to everybody here, and to all of you for keeping it going. Keep it going.
Thank you, Jeremy. And I'd like to say that with Sprint, a lot of things will take you out of your comfort zone. Okay, you've got to change your schedule. You're going to go places. You're going to visit schools. You're going to see people. You're going to go beg for money. And that's also part of the connection. It's not always going to fit into your plan, but seeing the big picture, connecting with each other, the collaboration is really part of the spirit which keeps us going. And I thank all of you who have now volunteered and who have become departments and vices and this, and that's what you need to do. You've done a really good job of dividing, attacking, and going out there, and I'm really glad that we're all here together. Thank you.
Well, I can't even add to that, to be fair.
Yeah, but you're here. Thank
I'm
you.
here, and I want to thank all of you for being here with us this evening, because we've had an absolutely fabulous evening. I hope that you have too. And we want to do this on an annual basis. We want to be able to reach out more to the community, to be able to collaborate more with associations, to be able to really reach out so that we work better and service the community in a better way. Like, some of the things that we're doing is we're continuing work that SETA had started with working with schools and helping them to establish their strengths and identify those areas where we can help them to support students in their care, both special educational needs students, students with disabilities, students with emotional needs, and also really all students flourish when you've got when you actually offer tools that help some You're really offering tools that help all. And we're hoping to do more of that. We're hoping to do more professional development for each other. And we're looking forward to the year ahead. We're also, based on some of the needs of the community, we're also looking to train AVSs. Okay? And if you know an AVS or somebody who's interested in becoming an AVS, or if you're a Sprint member and want to offer training, that's one of the things that we're hoping to do. Okay. But I just want to also say thank you very, very much to all of the people who've actually helped to put this evening together, including Jonathan along
Absolutely.
there. Okay.
Thank you, Jessica.
And Jonathan is Jessica's husband and offered us the place this evening. Okay. And Jessica, our Vice President, organised so much for this evening. Honestly, I really appreciate having you as a Vice President.
It's been a pleasure.
Antoinette, who did the catering, and what was this called?
Notre plaisir.
Notre plaisir. They didn't offer the cake or anything like that. The catering wasn't offered, but we want to thank them just the same. And we also want to thank our hostesses.
Yes, thank you.
We have Selene, Madeline, Sophia and Clara, and we have Lila, who's actually doing the photography. We are blessed this evening in terms of different people helping.
Yeah, we are.
And also we want to thank all our founding members and people who
Can I just
helped
say
to get
one
us
thing,
here.
what was it? I have been really touched and impressed by the warmth and the love, tenderness that has been visible the way the old Sprint members are meeting each other. It has been really beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
You know, coming this evening and Jackie for coming all the way from California. Like,
That's a
Big part of my life. From California. Yeah, I was 15 years president, only with the help of those who were here. And one of the things that was really incredible was Jane and Virginia, who's not here, clinical psychologist, ran a group of parent support. And part of our donation went so the parents paid half. And it was a group parent support group, which was really quite unique. And very, very, very much part of what Sprint could have offered to the parents to help their children and for the parents to get to know each other of a special need.
are you comfortable where you are standing, by the way?
Oh, this is going to go up.
Oh, it's just going to go up. Is that okay?
Thank you again.
Yes,
And,
thank you all.
and get together, collaborate, go visit schools you don't know, and meet people and get out there and do it.
Yes, that's our hope. That's our
We're
plan.
going